allegedly used in the scheme is like something out of Mission Impossible. The FBI says the suspects used special glasses and contact lenses that could read invisible markings on cards. Casino security expert Sal Piasante showed us some of the technology.
I can't tell you what that top card is, but if I pop in contact lenses or if I'm wearing my poker glasses, when you look at that card through that filter, you'll see what that card is.
The FBI says the suspects also used card shufflers that were rigged and used what's described as an X-ray poker table that allowed them to see face-down cards through the felt on the table. They also allegedly used what's known as an analyzer. It looks like a cell phone, but when placed in front of a deck of cards, it uses a hidden camera to determine which player will win, no matter how well the deck is shuffled.
This deck is marked invisibly on the side with a barcode. So when this deck gets shuffled and gets placed onto the table, this camera right now is scanning those cards, and it's going to tell you automatically who's going to win.
The device correctly predicting the hand closest to the device will win.
And you win with a full house, 3s and 5s.
Experts say the sophisticated scheme shows that the mafia has modernized.
Hello and welcome to another Who You Got Live video. I'm Sun-EB7 and thank you for joining us. So this is getting bad. I mean, it was already bad, I guess. But it's just blowing up and the thing doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon. The tricks that they use, this is technology stuff and they're coming with some big time tricks. What are you supposed to do? If you're a gambler, you're screwed because, well, maybe the other way around. If you're a casino owner, you're screwed. You can lose a lot of money with this stuff going on. But I guess you're not losing all of it because they're still doing it. The technology they're using to cheat is it just doesn't look like there's any end. And so I guess there's not. The mafia guys who they talked to stated that this is never going to end because they're always going to do it. They're always going to cheat. They're always going to play. They're always going to get in trouble, and we're always going to be able to use them to do what we need them to do. One of the interesting things I found about that interview with GMA was when I think it was Franchise that said, we don't want you to lose the game. We just want you to change some things in the game, shave some points. We just want you to not win by the spread or something like that. Almost as if he's saying, hey, we're just taking a piece. We're just taking a little chunk. You can still have the same outcome, but you got to do this. As if those things can't cost a game. And they very well can. That's just my point of view. That can cost a game. It depends on when, if let's say you got a player that's been playing all game and he needs to get the points down. It's late in the game. What he's got to do to keep from going over the points might turn into a turnover and some points on the other end. He might lose the game trying to not win by the spread. I don't know. I don't see how you can get around it. I guess they have over the years. Maybe they have. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't be involved in something where the outcome is being determined while I'm betting on something that should happen naturally, organically. But somebody's in the background with a key. So the question becomes, how do they get like an NBA coach in enough trouble to where he's got to go and set up games and make it look legit so that they can do all this cheating? How much trouble he got to be in? So obviously he's a big time gambler. Got to be. Things happen. People are not perfect. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying this is what got him in where he is. And so, look, what's the singer? I can't think of his name. He's $50 million in debt. Gambling. His $50 million, I think it is. Yeah, it's $50 million. 50 is probably 75 by now. But these things happen. But now that brings in the question, what about, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. I'm asking a question. It seemed like this happened to Gilbert Arenas first. And then this happened now. and they're not far apart. Is that what opened things up? I'm not saying he went in there and said anything about anybody, but sometimes clearing your name might expose someone else. You know, you can clear your name by saying, look, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't, you know, yada, yada, yada. And if they can't find anything on you, but you can confirm that you weren't there, then that might move that investigation down the path to who was. So, not saying he did anything, but I'm just saying that it seemed like that's when things started to unravel. That's just what it looked like. And there's more. SEC ref got caught doing the same thing. They caught him in 2019 in a game. They caught him enough times to where they've suspended him indefinitely. Now, why he got a suspension indefinitely instead of getting fired, I don't know. Because to me, on a suspension, he could still get paid. But I don't know that he is. I'm just saying, why are you suspending a player who obviously did something that hurt your brand or your product, and it was illegal to, or against your policy? Okay, so why you didn't fire him? Maybe they didn't fire him so he couldn't go get to be a ref somewhere else. Or maybe they didn't fire him so that they don't have to pay him. I don't know. But, okay, so you got the NBA and the SEC. What you bet, some other sports is coming out. I'm just looking at how weird this stuff looks with all this coming out the way it did. And I'm just saying, wow, this is crazy. So, we might as well brace ourselves because it ain't slowing down. But there's going to be some more. Boy, by the time Christmas and New Year's get here, boy, you talking about there's going to be a lot of people happy to see 2025 go. If you don't believe it's this year, you will by the end of the year. And you're going to be wanting to see 2025 get out of here. That's all I have. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you tomorrow.
Used in the scheme is like something out of Mission Impossible. The FBI says the suspects used special glasses and contact lenses that could read invisible markings on cars.